Hiya Stingers, welcome back here to JJ's Little Stings. It is great to see you all again. Now today I'm going to feed my personal Urodacus Elongatus scorpions, otherwise known as the Flinders Range scorpions. I think I've got about, what do we have? About 26 to feed and give a little bit of water, not too much, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So I'll grab them, I'll put them up here on the table and we'll get up close and see how these guys are. Now, the Flinders are one of my favorite scorpions for many reasons. As I said in a previous video, they're easy to handle, they're easy to keep. They're one of the easiest species actually to breed. Yes, their gestation period is 18 months, very long time. A few of these girls are already pregnant. I'm looking forward to mate up the others in a couple of months when it comes to their season. But the bonus with them, they're also one of the largest scorpions in Australia that we can keep. I'll also show you guys a couple ways I pick up these little beauties. Hopefully some of them are out and about and are hungry because I haven't given them a feed in a little over a week. They should be waiting patiently for their food, as we all do, but they should be ready. And I did rehouse everyone a few weeks back now, I'll say about 2 weeks ago. I just had to give them proper substrate because they were just on coral peat. With Flinders, you kind of want to go 50-50, so red sand and coral peat or peat moss or, you know, cocoa peat, anything like that. But you do want to have red sand mixed in with their bedding. They also do require a rock. Alright, enough said for now. Let's get these scorpions up on this table. Awesome, as I can see, these girls are out and about, so we should get a couple of good shots nice and close while we're feeding them. I might try and use this camera and get it close up with this because the quality is a little bit better on this one than my phone, but let's do it. Now I've got 9 of them on the table at the moment, so I'll just grab the food. Don't really need much, just crickets. I gave them a feed earlier today. I gave them some carrots with gut load. That'll just help fatten them up and for these scorpions to have a nice juicy meal. Get their lids off. Try not to disturb them too much because I don't want them going running back into their homes before, you know, we get a chance to see them. Okay, maybe I was wrong. It's fine with a male. We should get something. Maybe I'll put these there. Alright. Drink break. Alrighty. Okay, let's do this. Hold up, I'm missing one thing. What's that? My camera. Let's see if this one works a little bit better than my phone. And plus, if I'm not using my phone, I don't have to edit 2 clips, which can be a bit frustrating. First is first, because I am going to be holding this camera at the same time, let's just make it a little bit easier for myself and get a bigger tub to put these crickets into so I can just grab them with the tweezers and plop them in. Because at the moment, while they're in these, it's a little bit difficult because I tend to lose some, but I do find them in the end, and the girls behind me always get the loose crickets. Okay, alright, I got my tub. Alright, hopefully these buggers won't be able to climb out. Come on, actually go. Alright, crickets are in the container. Alright, let's start off with this male here. Now the males do become more tolerant to being handled, but the females can take a little bit longer. They can be a little bit more skittish than the males, but they're usually just more chilled out. Plus, out of the 2, the males are the biggest. In a sense, they're the longest. The girls are more robust, where the males are skinny and long. Elongatus actually refers to the male's elongated tail. So let's get a cricket. And let's go beaut. You want it? You don't want it? Alright, we'll leave it in there and he'll probably take it later on. Sometimes they're just, you know, they'll take it straight from the tweezers or even straight from my fingers. He's just being a little fussy. That's alright. Let's move on to her. Cricket almost got out, so I better... Where's the lids? There they are. I better put a lid back. Oops. I better put a lid back on him Otherwise, the cricket's going to jump out and then I'm not going to know who's who. There we go. Who's going next? You. Alright, sweetie, I hope you are hungry. You not hungry? Ah, it's because I got the camera out. You guys always take the food when I give it to you. No? Okay. Alright, well, I'll just leave it there. She'll take it when she wants it. Alright, let's move on to someone else. Get another cricket. Let's get that one. You gonna take it? Oh, goddamn mouse. Why isn't anyone interested? Ugh. This is getting irritating. Alright. So here's one of my grabber girls. As you can see, she is a fatty. She might be hungry. Hungry, sweetie? Yeah, you're hungry. Nice. She might actually be a little bit hungrier than we think, so let's see if she'll take two. Want two? Yeah, she wants two. No, she don't. No, that's alright, she'll get it later. Don't really have to give them a huge spray. A little bit's good enough, as I'll get most of their moisture. Just a little spray, not too much. As I'll get most of their moisture from their food. Grab a couple more lids. Done. Those 4 are done. Hey sweetheart, are you hungry? I got some food for you. Are you interested? Maybe? Nah, let's have a look. Okay, we'll get one for you. There we go, we got one. Cricket got away on me. You gonna get it, sweetie? No, I'm too lazy. You must hand it to me on a silver platter. Rah, come on. Hungry? No? I'll just climb on your face. You really don't care. Why? No one's hungry. Usually they're always snapping up the food off me. I don't particularly want to move their rocks. So we'll just give them a spray, chuck a couple of crickets in, and they should be okay. I'll cheat now because 1, 2, and 1, 2. There we go. Alright, more lids. More lids! Let's get that one on. There we go. 1. So, alright, that lot of fed. So let's just put this up high. Get these lids all locked up. Always double check your lids, because last year, unfortunately, I had an escapee Flinders, and she was about, I would say, 16, 17 months pregnant. And unfortunately, when I was going to get a drink, it was dark because I had none of the lights on and stood on her. Alright, let's get these guys back on the shelf because I still have a few more to go. Ah, it's only 3, 4, 5. 5 must be my lucky number tonight, hey. So I've actually picked up the same scorpion and put him up on the table, but look who's decided to have a nibble. Cheeky. Well, you've already been fed, but I did forget to give you some water. There we go. So we'll put him back because we don't need him again. Oh, some of these girls are ready for some nibbles. Alright, where did I put my crickets this time, eh? That's right, up there. I'll just put the crickets in with the scorpions I can't see because we don't really need to worry about them too much. There's no point recording that if they're not out and about, hey. I've got to get them the water. Yeah, that was it. Put those back over here. This one. Alright, who wants a feed? You hungry? Haha, there we go. You're not camera shy, are you? Let's see if she wants another one. You want another one, sweetie? Rah, rah. There you go. Now come on, sweetie, don't play with your food too long. You gotta... Let's get another cricket. Or two. Alright. Who's next? Who's greedy? There we go. Who's next? What's the second one? Yep, okay, no. Oh, alright, you're next, sweetheart. Got another juicy cricket. Alright, those four did put on a little bit more of a show that time, which is just what we want. You can't lie, we do all enjoy watching our critters feed. 10 more to go, so let's get them up. Actually, first let's get these girls sprayed. I usually just tend to spray the rocks, not really the substrate. The reason for that is the desert scorpions do have this issue if the sand is too wet. If the sand is too wet, it clumps up on the end of their feet and can cause a lot of issues, especially when hunting or molting. Even getting about, I've had that happen a few years back when I started getting desert scorpions in, and that happened to one of my girls. She survived because I did notice it, and then I did some research and found out, okay, I was weighting down the sand a little bit too much. At the time, I wasn't aware that most Urodacus scorpions do get their moisture from their food and not from the water or moisture around them. They need to, but most of the time, it's the crickets. Let's get the lids on these girls and get the last lot up. Right. These three aren't out, so I'm just going to give them a spray again, chuck some feed in. A couple for you. There we go. Got it! Okay, so I've only got 3 left now. The others are all hiding away. There's a couple more here showing and out and about. But before I get to... I'll decide which one I'm going to handle, and I'll leave them last because I'll feed them last. So let's go. I need more crickets. There we go, that should be enough. Get the lid off them. She's one of my grabber girls. As you can see, she is a bit of a fatty. And the same with her. Give this one a spray. There we go. Alright, where are my tweezers? There they are. Cricket. There we go. Alright, who's first? Looks like I'm holding her. I'll be right back. My battery's about to die, and I don't know where my other ones are. I don't want to stress her out too much, but she should be okay with it. I tend to handle my girls a lot, so they're used to it, which is best. Maybe once a day, and they will get warmed up to it slowly. But you don't want to push it. If they don't want to be handled, they will let you know. Alright, stingers, I'm going to show you my 2 methods for picking up scorpions. The first one, it's more safe for beginners, but with the second one, I wouldn't suggest doing unless you're experienced around scorpions and you know their behavior, how they're going to react. Let's get up close to her and I'll show you what I do. Okay, now she is in a little bit of an awkward corner. to get her out. So what I'm going to do is I've got my brush and I'm just going to, you know, give her a little tickle, get her to turn around away from the corner so I'm actually able to get to her. Now she's a little bit defensive because she doesn't know what's going on. Plus, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if she's hungry. There we go, back you up, sweetie. I'm just backing her up. Now I could just easily pick her up where she is now. With the method I want to show you, it makes it a bit hard with her rock right there. And I don't particularly want to have to move it, but I don't want her hiding under it either. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Come on. There we go. Good girl. Alright, so now she's in a more accessible area. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put my hand down, like that. Now, the chances of her stinging me, to tell you the truth, it's extremely rare. I've never been stung by a Flinders, apart from once where it was my fault and I was picking her up with my second method, and unfortunately I misjudged it and I stung myself. But let's just show you what I was talking about. Now you've got your hand flat on the substrate. You basically want to coach her onto your hand. You can either do that by tapping them, but just in case they're being defensive, it's best to do it with a brush. So if they decide to turn around, they're going to, you know, climp on the brush or sting the brush. So you just want to gently tap her. She'll go in. She's a little bit defensive. Now, like I said, she is gravid and she's probably hungry. But see, now she's on my hand and you can just easily pick her up and move her around. Now, always have a second hand ready. If you don't have a second hand ready, please make sure you handle your inverts close to a surface. So if they happen to fall, it's not too high up and enough soft bedding at the end of it. But as you can see, like that, she's being pretty calm. She's a little skittish. But as you see, I'm touching her on her tail. Basically, you want to rotate your hand as she's walking around it. Because they're such a large scorpion, they haven't got a great grip, as some would imagine. They've still got a good grip, but not as great as, say, a rainforest scorpion, which is light and speedy and close to surface, where the Flinders are a much bulkier scorpion. Now, honestly, I could probably feed her off my hand right now, but she's getting a little Come on, onto the next hand. No. There we go. Good girl. That's it. Now, she's never probably going to sting me, ever. If I pushed her too much, she would probably sting me, but as you can see, you know, like, I'm touching her. She's a little bit iffy about it, but she's not going to turn around and just go nuts on me like most desert scorpions would. As you can see, they're great to handle. They're not going to go racing off on you, so you are able to adjust to their movements quite easily. Come on. There we go. No, don't go into awkward areas. Back up. Thank you. Back up. They're good girl. You're being very patient, aren't you? You're probably hungry. We'll get you some food in a second. Alright, stingers, I'm going to show you my method. I use it for a couple of reasons. One, I find it a lot easier when needing to move my scorpions at a quicker pace. Two, to avoid being stung when moving them if I'm not using a brush or a cup. But you'll see what I mean in a second as I'll explain as I do it. Now, she's pretty cool, ain't you? Poink. Cool. Alright, you ready? Alright, so you can see here, she has 5 segments along her tail. This is not including her stinger. Now, so basically I want to pinch grab just in the middle of the 4th and 5th segment here. Now the reason that is, when you have hold of them like that, the stinger can only move backwards and forwards, which makes it very hard for them to sting me while I'm moving them. Now you do have to be careful with this method, because if you grab them like this and say they're attached to a log, they have a much higher grip at that stage, and the chances of you being able to pick them up is going to be a lot harder without injuring them. But as she's on my hand already, she's only having to grip onto my hair. Alright, I got some more light so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Now she's deciding she doesn't want to stay still anymore, but that's okay. We'll put her on my other hand. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to grab between her two segments, just here. As you can see, when I grab her, her stinger will move up and down and won't be able to touch me. Well, maybe not. So at this point, I actually do have control of my scorpion. Now, you don't want to be pulling on the tail. This will stress them out. So at the same time, when you're lifting, especially if they're on your hand, because they're going to have more grip than they do on the dirt, you just want to tuck your finger underneath like that, and they'll grip onto your finger. And then once you have them like this, you can just let go of the tail like that. Yeah, it's not so bad, is it, sweetie? You want some food? Let's get you some food. Alright, Stingers, I think she has been an extremely patient girl and a great model today. So let's put her back in her enclosure, give her a quick spray, give her some food, and we'll wrap it up there. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Good girl. That's it. That's it. Off you get. Good girl. Yeah. Freedom! Quick spray just on the rock, a little bit on the moss. Chuck her a couple crickets. Beautiful, that's all my Urodacus Elongatus scorpions all fed. So let's get the rest of these crickets back inside. There we go. Oh, we got this one. Here we go. Here you go. Hey. Done. As we all know, the invertebrate hobby here in Australia is still growing and is growing quite fast, which is awesome for everybody. But compared to here and overseas, we don't have as much accessories when it comes to, say, tarantulas and scorpions and bugs and everything like that. So I started making up my own substrate for Pacific scorpions and tarantulas and other inverts. For example, I now make up these 1 kilo burrowing scorpion substrate for you guys back at home. Now this is a mix of sand and hydrated core peat, which is perfect for these guys to make it a lot easier for you guys back at home, because it can be a pain when you don't really need that much and you have to buy 5-10 kilos worth of sand, and then you got to buy a whole block worth of, you know, core peat and then hydrate it and mix it, blah 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 blah. I take that out. I also have other substrates made up for centipedes and tarantulas as well. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can by clicking that bell button down there. Alright guys, I'm rambling on here. Time to wrap it up. See ya.